Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week has been very eventful, mainly because I got to be part of the Audi Sport Tour event, which was hosted by Mark Motors here in Ottawa at the Hunt Club location. And I got to test drive the Audi R8 V10 Plus. David Lee, one of the sales representatives that I deal with at Mark Motors, and from whom I've bought two of the Audis that I own, invited me to head over to this event and test drive it. I arrived there first thing in the morning. I got to film a little bit of this event, and essentially this video is going to be mostly about my experience test driving the Audi R8 V10. It was a whole lot of fun, and now the question I ask myself is, should I trade in this Porsche 911 for that Audi R8 V10, the 2018 model that is? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if I should consider trading in this 911 for that Audi R8 V10. It will be quite the upgrade. It will be one hell of a car. It sounded amazing. It drove amazing. I don't know if it had the Porsche handling aspects, but I mean, it was near perfect. There's nothing I could complain about. Yeah. Please enjoy the video, and we'll see you guys at the end. All right, so we are in the Audi R8 V10 Plus. Just look at this interior. The virtual cockpit looks amazing. The steering wheel has all kinds of buttons. The push start button is right on the steering wheel. It really genuinely feels like a sports car. I think I'm going to have to go to performance, dynamic. You know what? Let's stick with, let's go performance. It's the way to go. It's revving and it is ready to go. Look at the interior of this car. There's our R8 V8 Spider. Sorry, that's the R8 V10 Spider. He's coming along with us as well. Oh, this just looks amazing. Can't believe we're driving this, man. And I get to drive it solo. Isn't that even more amazing? The fact that I get to do it solo. Okay, what's this? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to do that in sport mode. No problems. No questions asked. All right, thank you, Mark Motors of Ottawa, and thank you, David Lee. Okay, we're off. Let's go. Wow, this feels amazing right off the bat. My God. All right. Oh, the cops are waiting as well. Okay, so we're in performance mode. We also got the sport exhaust on. Yeah, we're ready with air conditioning and everything. Everything just feels awesome. It's very spacious if you compare this to the 911. It's super spacious. Oh man. Okay, the V10 has to be on our next list of cars to get. Oh, the burbling downshifts. Oh man. I think I'm gonna be giggling like this all through the trip. We only got about 30 minutes, so let's see what we can do. In terms of visibility, the car, you know, yeah, you got a big blind spot back there, but you don't really notice it. So, according to David Lee and Mark Motors, this is the first time that we're having all the RS models in Ottawa at the Hunt Club location. So essentially we have the R8 V10 Plus, we got the R8 V10 Spider, we got the TTRS, and the Audi RS7. I think the RS3 is in the mix as well, but I didn't see that in the parking lot, but we'll get to see that later. Oh, stone chip. Yeah, I hope you guys can hear the sound. It's just amazing. It is so rewarding. I'm kind of being a bit of a hoon with the throttle. I should be more gentle. I bet on track this car will be superb. I think the R8 V10 is back on my wall, especially this V10. I think any V10. Yeah, do I like the fact that it's only an automatic? I don't know. I think I prefer the 6-speed manual that comes with the older generation R8 V10. Okay, I should be civilized. Okay, so one thing I noticed right off the bat, at the lower revs, it gives you lots and lots of burbly noises. As if there is a CD player in here still. Really? Do we need that? Oh yeah, this is a monster. Oh, this is a monster. So hashtag League of Performance. That's what we're going to be hashtagging in the YouTube video. Man, the Spider looks good as well from the back. Got all kinds of glitter. be a hoon because we are doing above average speeds. So we're gonna settle it down and we're gonna have a little bit of fun just cruising at there is perhaps a lot to experience even on the low end RPMs. So let's see if we can just drop it down. The pickup is just amazing. So, I don't think I'm going to ever turn this to a comfort mode. It is just so much fun just in the performance and sport exhaust turned on. It's a bit crazy if you ask me. It is. I got to get used to the paddle shifts. I'm so used to 6-speed manual, but man, everything just in here feels bloody awesome. I mean, the cubby holes for your keys and your phone is just sort of well thought of. It even has like a wireless charging port in there. So that's where your keys and where you can wireless charge your phone if you have a phone that supports it. The whole setup in here, just very typical Audi. So elegant, so perfect in many ways. It's so hard to explain. You got to really experience the car for yourself in order to really understand what this is all about. Just a okay. I think this is where I need to be. Wow, the steering. Most Audis, you kind of have this sort of a dead end, or on the steering wheel, like at the top of the steering point, there is a bit of a lack of feel. There's like a little bit of wiggle in the steering wheel before it engages, before you start feeling what the car is doing. You don't get that in this Audi R8. It's just super precise. I mean, it's so direct. I don't know what they've done with it. I mean, it still has the Quattro all-wheel drive system, which I believe is 80% of the torque goes to the back and 20% to the front. And I think that's a really good bias. I'm not quite sure if it actually fluctuates back and forth, or it shifts the torque back and forth. But with the sport differential in the back, obviously it'll go side to side. So it is quite the beast. All right, on ramp time. We gotta obey the laws, right? So that's what we're gonna do. Wow, mid-shift, there's no problems. Okay. That is some insanely crazy speeds. Okay, away from this truck. Okay. I think they should have done this at the Calabogie racetrack as well, or any racetrack. That way you can really push the car to the limits, or even the iCar circuit that we've done before. I think that would be really fun as well. This is, what they're doing really is to try and get people excited about these cars, get them into these cars. People with money will come out, try them, and if they don't buy right away, they'll buy in the next 2 years or so. Show them what the car can do, and that sort of experience just ties people in. And I think that's a really good idea from a marketing point. Get them excited, get them into get them into the car, drive it around your daily situation. This car is such a good balance of comfort and performance. If you really want to push the car and you want to feel sporty, you turn all the gadgets on, you turn sport exhaust, and you go into performance mode, and you are a hero of a driver. And then if you want to go get your groceries, or you're just sort of relaxing, going on a long road trip, turn everything down to comfort, and it's so bearable. You could do a pretty long road trip in this car and not feel like you've gotten beaten up. Yeah, this is definitely a head turner. People are just turning and looking. I have a suggestion, and hopefully the guys at Mark Motors will take a peek at and consider it. Let's slow it down a little bit. One of the things that people look for when they buy this car, it's about the type of attention it gets. How many heads does it turn? And so to really test that and to give the potential buyer a sense of how this car is going to feel in the regular day-to-day type scenario, go downtown. Drive around the downtown area. Go to Preston and just drive the block. And just watch how the potential buyer will be scanning for the type of attention that person's receiving with the car. And that's huge. Street cred and all that, that's whatever. You buy a car like this, you got status, and people want to show it off. Yes, you want to feel the sensation of it all. Yes, add that little extra where you could go sit down and have a coffee at like Preston or the downtown area, and just let them stare at the car. Let them look at it. Have people walk by and just sort of see the reactions of people. And for the potential buyer, that's going to really motivate them to buy or not buy. Hopefully you guys will be able to take that into consideration for the next event. But this is awesome. Thank you very much for putting this together. Thankfully, I have the week off, and so I could do this. I hope you enjoyed that video. The sensible person in me says, hang on to the 911. Drive it for a couple of years. And maybe 5, maybe 10. Okay, worst case scenario, we'll go up to 15 years from now to consider the Audi R8 V10. It is a whole lot more money. Hopefully when it arrives at the point that I'm ready to go invest that much or spend that much on a car, I would certainly be considering the Audi R8 V10. For now, I think I'm going to hang on to my Porsche 911 GTS. It is a whole lot of fun. It's a whole lot of car. It is the best car that I've ever owned, and I will not fault it, or I'm not willing to part with it anytime soon. If I do look at getting the Audi R8 V10 and I'm in a position to buy one, I'll be hanging on to this baby right here. I like to own this car. I like to think that this car is going to be a future classic, and I think I'll hang on to it. I hope to see more of these Audi Sport Tour events happening at the Mark Motors location in the future. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please subscribe and like these videos so I can keep making them. We'll see you guys next time.